Please welcome to the stage an individual who has devoted her entire career to the Clark County School District as a teacher, an instructional coach, a school administrator, and a region superintendent in her service to the district. She works tirelessly for students, engages parents and the school community, and advocates for our educators. Please join us in welcoming the Deputy Superintendent of the Clark County School District, Melissa Gutierrez.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today as we showcase the great work of the Clark County School District and our path forward to continued success. You may find this hard to believe, but I began my tenure in the Clark County School District 44 years ago. It was 1980, and my first day was made even more special by the fact that I had a brand new Wonder Woman lunchbox, a missing tooth, and my hair perfectly done in pigtails that were probably entirely too tight. Since I was 5 years old, and for over 4 decades since, the Clark County School District has been my home. It is where I was educated, it is where my 2 children were educated, and it is where I am proud to say I chose my career in education. As a native of Las Vegas, I have witnessed the exponential growth of this valley and of this community. In total, I have walked into a Clark County School District building somewhere, almost every day, for the vast majority of my life. I say all of this to ensure that I am crystal clear about what this district means to me. From the teachers that were instrumental in my growth from the time I was in kindergarten until I made it to graduation, and the opportunities that I was given as an educator have enabled me to stand here today. So I don't take it lightly when I say that knowing that Dr. Larsen-Mitchell has played a pivotal role in this school district for over 30 years and has led us as the superintendent for the last 12 months gives me great confidence to say that because of her, our district is now well positioned for future success. I first met Brenda almost 15 years ago. I was a brand new instructional coach, and I remember sitting in the library at the Curriculum and Instruction Division with all the other new coaches, eager to spread our knowledge and wisdom with everybody else for the greater good, when Brenda walked in. She was the executive director of the Curriculum and Instruction Division at the time. And what I thought was going to be a meeting of warm fuzzies and theoretical inspiration was not. It was clear from the start that expectations for us were high. Because as educators, Brenda said, our children are depending on us. Her message at the time: be professional, stay humble. You don't have to be an expert in everything because we are all still learners. And for those of you that know Brenda, you're not surprised to hear that that message hasn't really changed in 15 years. It's because it's not a campaign and it's not a strategy. It is who she is, and it is who she will always be. Brenda has many superpowers. The one that stands out the most is her innate ability to elevate the capacity, the energy, and the integrity of everyone around her. They say that a rising tide lifts all boats. Brenda is the literal tide that has lifted this district through some of its most difficult and trying times. Simply put, she is the embodiment of leadership. Brenda does tend to take the path less traveled, though, the one that is more difficult to navigate, the one that requires more effort, the path that leads through uncharted territory, the path that sets the standard. Like when she led our entire teaching and learning unit and over 360 schools in a massive shift to distance education in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. Or in 2015, when she was one of the first principal supervisors to recognize the importance of principals as instructional leaders. She built the professional learning that is still embedded in our leadership pipelines today, when she redefined the Nevada Educator Performance Framework from not just an evaluation tool, but a growth tool to build capacity in our school leaders. Tackling yet another transition for the district, Brenda was the principal supervisor that had to hire a principal under the state's new reorganization law. I know this story well because I was that principal. At the time, I was an assistant principal at Rogers Elementary School, and my principal was retiring. Easy enough to handle, right? Well, under the state's new reorganization law, the school organizational team, consisting of licensed staff, support professionals, and parents, would all have input on the hiring process. A new law, a new process, an internal candidate, a long list of external candidates. Brenda knew that it needed to be a positive experience for everyone. She met with the members of the school organization team face-to-face and listened to what they wanted in a candidate. She listened to each one because she cared. She even drove to another school site to meet our SPTA, who was working extended school year at the time, because it was more convenient for that staff member to meet at the school where she was working. And when we got to the interview process, Brenda had the school organizational team, the staff, and parents that I had known for years introduce themselves to me one by one because she wanted the process to be fair and equitable for everybody. And we still follow this equity-focused process today. You can imagine what it meant to me when Brenda first asked me to be the district's deputy superintendent. During a time of transition and uncertainty, a time when stability and focus and integrity were paramount. I literally didn't hesitate. I didn't ask any questions about what I would need to do, what qualifications I should have. Maybe could I have a night to talk it over with my husband? He might want some input. He's likely going to be cooking his own dinner from now on. I just said yes because I already knew what I was going to be saying yes to. I knew I was going to be saying yes to putting our children first. Yes to supporting the educators that serve our children. Yes to always doing what is right, even when it's hard. Yes to kindness, and yes to making sacrifices, knowing that those personal sacrifices would be serving our children and our community. I knew I was going to be doing the right work for the right reasons, so it was not a difficult decision. I am so grateful that Brenda trusted in me to support her vision of being CCSD proud, alongside a woman with a level of integrity and servant leadership that I have never witnessed in anyone before. I am proud to work alongside such a courageous, hardworking, and kind human being. The statement that it is my honor in this case pales to describe how humbled I am to introduce to all of you Dr. Brenda Larsen-Mitchell.
Good morning. Let's have another round of applause for our amazing students and the Del Sol Academy of Performing Arts. Welcome to the 2025 Clark County School District's State of Schools. I am humbled to serve as the Interim Superintendent for the Clark County School District. I have served in the Clark County School District for over 30 years. I'm experienced, not old. I started my journey in 1994 as a special education teacher at John C. Fremont Middle School. I am grateful to the Board of School Trustees for their faith and confidence in me to lead this amazing district during the interim. The Clark County School District is composed of 374 schools. We have schools in the rural area, the suburban ring, and the urban core. The Clark County School District encompasses nearly 8,000 square miles. Every day we have the amazing opportunity to serve and support 296,000 students. Students who come from all over the globe, representing over 130 countries and speak over 110 different languages. The diversity of our district is our greatest asset. We have 44,000 dedicated employees who show up every day to serve and support our amazing students. We are witnessing the progress that we are making in the Clark County School District because people are working really, really hard. They're working really, really hard with a sense of kindness and a sense of compassion. Ryan Severs, entrepreneur, business strategist, and author, shares hard work is necessary. Hard work cannot be skipped, it cannot be avoided, it cannot be sidestepped. It is a consistent application of effort. Ryan says hard work is doing work consistently and with quality and continuing that cycle until a real and advantageous result is produced. He also emphasizes the elements of one believing in their self, believing in the work that they are doing to see it through. And we know in the workplace, when we add compassion and kindness, it increases employee satisfaction, engagement, and an overall sense of well-being. We are making progress in the Clark County School District. Today, my goal is that everyone leaves here with a sense of pride and a sense of understanding of the progress that we are making in the Clark County School District. I will be the first one to say, we are not where we need to be. Our student outcomes are not where they need to be, and we do have significant gaps in our student groups. We are doing the right work, and we are seeing progress. The Clark County School District is our school district. We all have a vested interest in the success of the Clark County School District. Our students, our parents, our community, our municipalities, our legislators, our businesses, our industries. We are the talent pipeline for the community, for the workforce, for Southern Nevada. Schools are at the heart of our district, with units, divisions, and departments serving and supporting them so they can do the work of teaching and learning. So let's dig in and let's learn about some of the progress that we are making in the Clark County School District. We know the single most important school-based variable for student success is the classroom teacher. Currently, the Clark County School District has a 96% classroom fill rate. We also have a 94% licensed employee retention rate. So not only are we getting our teachers here in front of our kids, we're retaining them at high levels. When we think about instructional technology and the resources that our educators need in the classroom to serve and support our students, when we look at instructional technology, the Clark County School District has over 600,000 devices to serve and support our educators and our students, including laptops, desktops, iPads, interactive flat panels. We've got a lot of instructional technology to help our educators. We know the learning environment is extremely important. So when we look at our instructional facilities, here's what we're doing this year. We've opened the Healing Center School at St. Jude's Ranch for children. We've got 3 replacement schools. We're adding a gym. We're adding another elementary school classroom. And currently in construction, we have 18 comprehensive modernization projects. The team is working extremely hard. When we look at budget and finance, for 38 consecutive years, we have received the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. Extremely proud of the team, 38 years in a row. Most organizations with the size of our budget, $4 billion, on average have over 30 findings in their audit. Guess how many we had in the Clark County School District this year? Anybody? 1. We had 1 audit finding. Thanks to the hard work of the team. Also, with our COVID relief dollars, we were given $777 million in COVID relief. I am proud to share that we have 100% on-time obligation for spending our $777 million in COVID relief. We also received 2 commendations from the Nevada Department of Education, 1 for our transparency in the process, and 1 for involving community participation. Great work. Spring 2025 school budgets. I bet you didn't think I was going to go here, right? Yeah, you might have heard a little bit about this in the news. Give me Tier 1 instruction, I got it. Instructional frameworks, pretty proficient. School budgets, budget and finance, this was a very humbling experience. I had to dig in. I had to study. I had to learn. I had a lot of new learning. I remember about 4 weeks ago, I went in to check in on the budget team, ask them how they were doing. And during the conversation, they said, well, Brenda, how are you doing? And I said, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably at a 5. And they just looked at me. And I said, I wish I knew this as well as you do. I wish I knew budget and finance as well as you. I wish I could take everything you know and just dump it in my brain. And they looked at me, and one of them said, but Brenda, that's why you have us. Humbling. I had to rely on the team. It was new knowledge. I'm very grateful to the budget department for answering all of my questions, answering my wonderings, my curiosities, right? And supporting me. I'm very grateful to the entire Clark County School District team because we pulled together as one team to release school budgets, right? Always work hard, always stay humble. I am pleased to share that we did release our spring 2025 school budgets in alignment with NRS on time, January 15th. And I'm grateful to the team. I'm grateful to the community for your patience with us. We did increase transparency in the process, and we did improve systems and structures to make sure that schools and school organizational teams and the community knew how we were allocating the dollars. Very, very grateful to the team for the work that has happened with our school budgets. When we look on at progress, Vegas PBS, we've got our own Vegas PBS. They just completed their statewide transmitter. So now all students in the state of Nevada, all students in rural Nevada now have access to the quality programming at Vegas PBS. Extremely exciting. Also, very thankful and grateful to our nonprofit organizations and municipalities for their volunteering hours, for the grants that they provide to our schools, for the collaborative learning opportunities that they provide for us. Representing last year, 92,778 hours. Representing $3.1 million. Also grateful to the governor and the legislators for their historic increase in public education for our hardworking, deserving employees. Here's a fun fact. The Clark County School District has over 1,900 school buses to get our students to and from school. We are the largest district-owned school bus fleet in the United States. We now have 4 electric buses, We are expanding to 25 more electric buses, and we're very grateful to Nevada Energy for their partnership in supporting us with the infrastructure for these electric buses. Also, our food services department, 42.3 million meals served. All of our students have access to free breakfast and free lunch. So we've shared the progress that we're making with our foundational components, supporting teaching and learning, supporting what our school administrators do, our licensed professionals, our support professionals. And now let's dig into teaching and learning. This is my jam. This is what I love, teaching and learning. So when we came out of the pandemic as a teaching and learning unit team, we did a deep root cause analysis. Why are our student outcomes where they are? We then did an ease impact activity. What do we need to implement in order to get better student outcomes? What instructional systems and structures do we need to implement? And what I love about this team is we looked at what was going to be really, really hard to implement, but would have the greatest impact. And these were the things that are hard to implement, but the team said, we got to do it because this is going to have the biggest impact on student achievement. So we're going to do a really, really quick mini lesson, all right? This right here is the mothership, multi-tiered system of supports. It is the mitochondria of the cell. This pyramid represents the support, the differentiated support that we provide to all students. Academics, social emotional well-being, and behavior. All students get the green. They get tier 1. That's where our tier 1 instructional materials are. Tier 1 instruction for all students. And then aligned with data, we determine based on data what additional supports do kids need. So all kids get green, and then we may have a student based on data needs extra time in reading with the teacher. So they get green and they get yellow, right? And then here's our teaching and learning cycle that we've built and developed and we've implemented. And this is the cycle that our teachers go through. They plan their lessons aligned to the skills and concepts that all students need to know and be able to do. They work together and define what are the best strategies to teach those skills and concepts. They then teach the lesson. They then assess students. How well did they do in understanding and mastering those skills and concepts? And then they analyze the data together, and then they respond. They determine which kids need additional enrichment and which students may need additional time and reteaching. Teaching is complex, and we don't expect our educators to do it alone. So we've also implemented professional learning opportunities, our professional learning communities where educators get together and they plan and they formulate their assessments and they analyze the data to determine how they will respond. These are research-based instructional systems and structures that we have built and we are implementing. And when I say teaching and learning team, it includes our school-based administrators, our licensed professionals, our support professionals, our central office support professionals, and our central office administrators, everybody working together. So here's the progress that we are seeing based on those instructional systems and structures that support our academic, social, emotional well-being, and behavioral growth. From Q1 this year compared to Q1 last year, right now we're at 26.6% at chronic absenteeism. We are 3 percentage points lower first semester this year than where we were last year. And that's coming off the 9 percentage point decrease that we've made in the last 2 years. Very, very grateful to our schools who are working with their families and their kids to get them engaged. Very grateful to our attendance officers. This summer, our attendance officers completed 6,000 home visits over the summer to re-engage our families. Already, halfway through the year, our attendance officers have completed 20,000 home visits. Last year, 32,000. They've already done 20,000. to bring our kids back into school and to work with our families. I'm proud to share that in the very, very near future, we're going to be going out to about 900 businesses in our community with our Everyday Matters campaign. You're going to receive a letter from the district and a little sticker that is the Everyday Matters campaign that you can post on your front doors, and we're going to give you a number that you can call. So when our kids are in your businesses during school hours, we can re-engage them and we'll come pick them up. We will pick them up and get them back into school. So we'll be rolling that out here in the near future, but very, very grateful for the work that is happening in chronic absenteeism. Also, I mentioned multi-tiered system of supports is about student behavior, right? And students' behavioral growth. So since quarter one this year, compared to quarter one last year, we have seen an 11% decrease in suspensions and 17% decrease in discretionary expulsions. It's extremely important to remember that all of this data is about educators working really, really hard with our families and with our students. The data represents stories of real people working really hard. It represents our students. I remember when I was a classroom teacher, most parents wanted their kid in my classroom, and most kids wanted to be in my classroom, and then I made this transition to the dean of students. Now, the dean of students was all about behavior. It was kind of negative, right? You're issuing discipline consequences. You're meeting with parents who aren't exactly happy with you, right? So I had to find a way. I had to find an approach to make that role positive. So I embraced that role with how can I help kids make better choices and work with their families, right? So that we make better choices, because we don't have bad kids. We have kids who sometimes make bad choices, sometimes really bad choices, right? So I remember one student who is what we would call a frequent flyer. He spent a lot of time in the dean's office. And I really, really worked with this student to make better choices, asking him reflective questions. Many times my assistant and I would stay late with him after school, and we'd help him with his planner, we'd help him with his math homework, and sometimes we'd stay late so his mom could come in for the conference so he didn't have to miss school the next day. Many times we came in early at 6 a.m. so mom could come in for the conference. And many times as educators, we don't know the impact that we have. Kids go to the next grade, they go to a different school, they go out into life, right? Fast forward, I'm now the principal at Lois and Jerry Tarkanian Middle School, and it was semester exam day. So kids came in the morning, did their exams, then they went home in the afternoon, and the teacher stayed and we worked on grades. So we bought the staff pizza, right, for lunch. And I'm bebopping around the school, and I whipped through the main office, and there was the pizza delivery guy. Guess who the pizza delivery guy was? My student. And he had on his pizza delivery hat. He had his pizza like right here where it needed to be, right? And he said, "Miss Larsen?" And he said, oh, you would be so proud of me. I'm enrolled at community college. I'm taking classes. I've got a part-time job. I'm a pizza delivery guy. I said, yes, I can see that. And I am so proud of you. And he went on and he basically thanked me and his counselors and his teachers and everyone who invested in him, who took the time to care about him. Because how we treat people matters. Relationships matter. What people will remember about you and me is how we treated them. Kindness makes an impact. Looking at student proficiency and growth, again, I'm going to be the first one to tell you we're working hard, and if we continue the work we are doing, we will see more progress. Remember at the beginning I said we have 374 schools? This fall, 200 schools in the Clark County School District increased index points on the Nevada School Performance Framework, which is how our schools in the state of Nevada are rated on a star from 1 to 5. And there's 100 index points. 200 of our schools improved index points. Round of applause. We've got principals in the room. We've got educators in the room making progress. Thank you. When we look at grade 3 SBAC, so this is our summative proficiency assessment. Again, as I shared earlier, our student outcomes are not where we need them to be. You can see here we're at about 40% proficient. You can see that we are headed in the right direction. Middle school, we're seeing some pockets of improvement, but we need to continue the work to make sure we see that systemic growth and improvement. This is a huge celebration here, grades 3 through 8 mathematics. For the second year in a row, we have had increases in every student group. Again, our proficiency levels, we need to do better. We need better student proficiency outcomes. The team is working really hard, very proud of the work that we are doing in schools with teaching and learning. Every student group made increases. This is, remember the mothership? Right? The green, this is where we've had the most time on Tier 1. This is year 4 of Tier 1 instructional materials in mathematics. So we are seeing the progress here in math. When we look at middle school science, we made increases in every student group. So you can see here, middle school science, we have increases in every student group. Elementary science, we need to continue the work. And at high school science as well. Middle school science, we are seeing increases in every student group. When we look at advanced coursework, dual enrollment, we have seen an increase in every student group in dual enrollment. Since 1920, we have seen a 400% increase in dual enrollment. We're very grateful to the Nevada system of higher education, all of our higher education institutions who are working alongside us to increase enrollment in dual enrollment. We have over 100 CTE programs in the Clark County School District, high skill, high will demand. And we also, every comprehensive high school does have career and technical academy programs, which is awesome. Advanced placement enrollment, we have over 20,000 students currently enrolled in advanced placement. And last spring, when students take their AP exams, we saw an increase of 4,400 increases in AP exams that were taken. Our 4-year graduation rate was 81.5% last year. We maintained our graduation rate at 81.5%. As we continue with graduation, college and career readiness diploma, since 2019, we have seen a 43% increase in our college and career readiness diploma, which is the most rigorous diploma type that we have. This one is amazing. This is a record high of over 700 adult education completers. So that is something that is really exciting to celebrate. And then we have summer graduation. So we have our spring graduation, and then we also work with students throughout the summer to make sure that we can help every student. So this last summer, we had 351, not 350, but 351 summer graduates, which is amazing. Summer graduation is by far my favorite graduation because it includes students who have had extreme obstacles, extreme challenges, and they have beaten the odds. Sometimes challenges, obstacles that we as adults could probably not overcome. We always have summer graduation at the New Orleans, beginning of August. I remember probably 6 to 8 years ago, I was rushing to the New Orleans for summer graduation, and as I was approaching the back door of the New Orleans, I noticed 2 gentlemen. And they were not engaged in a friendly conversation. And as I got closer, I thought, do I stop? Do I act? And for me, empathy is when you put yourself in somebody else's shoes and you really try to imagine what it is like to be them. And compassion is when you act on those feelings and you act on that empathy. So as I'm getting closer and closer to the door, I'm like, do I act? Do I act? Do I act? Do I stop? I stopped. And I said, gentlemen, because I thought maybe if I called them gentlemen, they would start acting like gentlemen. I said, gentlemen, what's going on? How can I help? And the one who was a security guard and the other one I'm assuming was a father, the father said, my son just walked through this door, and I don't know if he is going to graduate. Now, 6 to 8 years ago, what would happen is you'd walk in the back door of the New Orleans, and there were kids who did not know until that day if they had earned their credits to graduate. Because teachers were grading tests, grading exams, working with kids until the last hour. And so at the back of the room is this long table where assistant principals and counselors are. And so students sometimes had to go up to that back table and ask, did I earn my last credit to graduate? So I start problem solving, and I say to the security guard, I've got a badge. Can I take Dad in to find his son? Absolutely not. Okay, let me try something different. I said, Dad, what does your son look like? And he described his son, and he said, he's from Del Sol High School. I know all of the school colors of every high school. So I knew I was going in looking for a very tall gentleman in a burgundy and gold robe. So I went in, and I'm looking through kids, hundreds of kids, and guess where I found him? I found him at the back table. Now, he doesn't know me from anybody. So I went up to him, I put my hand on his shoulder, and I said, are we going to graduate today? And he looked at me, and he said, yes, I've earned my last credit, and I am going to graduate today. I gave him a great big bear hug. Again, he doesn't know who I am. And I ran out to tell his dad. And I got out there, and I looked at Dad, and I said, get on up in the stands with your wife and celebrate because your son is graduating today. Every day, all of us have an opportunity to act with compassion, to act with kindness, right? It's contagious. So we've looked at the foundational components that serve and support our schools. We've looked at the progress that we're making with proficiency and growth, knowing that we have more work to do to get to the student outcomes that our kids and our community deserves. We are making progress in the Clark County School District, and it's a dedicated team of individuals who are doing the hard work with compassion and with kindness. So let's hear from some of our impactful leaders and teams about some other great celebrations within the Clark County School District.
Good morning. My name is Roanne Triana, and I serve as a Human Resources Officer for the Clark County School District. And we know that the foundation for any successful team is its people. And I'm so pleased to announce that we are finalizing a comprehensive recruitment and retention plan that was created by over 30 committed, diverse educators from across the Clark County School District. We expanded our J1 visa program this year. Last year, we hosted teachers from the Philippines and Kenya. This year, we are hosting teachers from the Philippines, Kenya, Belize, India, Jamaica, Portugal, and Colombia. We started this school year with a 13% decrease in classroom vacancies. That is 25% less than the year prior to that. Currently, we've already surpassed all of the hiring for the 23-24 school year, and we still have 4 months left to hire. Currently, to date, for the 24-25 school year, we have hired 2,430 licensed educators in the Clark County School District.
Good morning. My name is Amber Rideout. I am the Assistant Superintendent of the district's Transportation Department. Our team is committed to supporting our community by transporting our students safely to and from school each day. We serve over 124,000 eligible bus riders, and over 11,500 students receive specialized curb-to-curb service. We service over 32,000 total bus stops every day while maintaining a 93 on-time percentage for our routes this year. Currently, we serve close to 1,500 bus routes throughout the community. When we opened the 2023-2024 school year, transportation had a 79 bus driver vacancy. This school year, we've reduced the driver vacancy and opened with only a 24 driver vacancy. We are making progress.
Good morning. I am Grace Angel, and I proudly serve as a pre-kindergarten teacher for the Nevada Ready Pre-K program
at Bunker Elementary School. Because of the work to support educators, for the first time in at least 25 years, we are equipped with common pre-K through grade 12 Tier 1 instructional materials. This allows all students, including the ones in my classroom, equitable access to district-wide resources. Another celebration, the Clark County School District is the home of Mike Patterson, who was selected as Nevada Teacher of the Year, and he teaches at Advanced Technologies Academy. He was selected by the Nevada Department of Education.
Good morning, I'm Dustin Mansell, Chief Academic Officer. Once students arrive on our campuses each day, our team ensures the implementation of the multi-tier system of supports, which supports our students in academics, social emotional well-being, and behavioral development. Today, I am proud to announce that the Clark County School District is receiving the You Nailed It Award, which is awarded to one district in the state each year that engages in exemplary work focusing on the multi-tiered system of supports. Congratulations, CCSD. I am also excited to share that 41 CCSD magnet programs earned top honors from Magnet Schools of America for the 2024-2025 school year. This tops the district's 35 programs recognized during the 2023-2024 school year. Again, congratulations, CCSD.
Good morning. I am Jimmy Nguyen, the band director at Lawrence Junior High School. Our district is committed to giving students opportunities to explore their many talents and interests and supporting their discoveries of new ones. Because of these efforts, the Clark County School District Music Education Program has earned the Best Communities for Music Education designation from NAM, aka the National Association of Music Merchants, for the 25th year in a row. Not only are our programs being recognized on a national level, but our local communities continues to support our students' talents. Last year, we launched an art contest with a sphere where the winning students had their artwork displayed on the sphere, received a $10,000 donation, and their entire school was given a field trip to attend the sphere experience. This partnership represented in-kind value of $500,000.
Good morning. I'm Isabel Sanchez, principal at Southeast Career Technical Academy. As important as it is to support what's going on inside the classroom, we also recognize how critical our partnerships are with the larger Clark County community in order to ensure that our students are ready to thrive after graduation. As a district, we engage with over 300 business and industry representatives in our advisory boards. These boards focus on collaboration between high-skilled, high-wage careers and ensure that we are ready to align with business and industry standards and are prepared for the workforce. One of the amazing partnerships we have experienced is with MGM International, wherein their chefs and members from their human resources department interview our students in the culinary department. Last year, because of this opportunity, 34 CCSD students were given a job and tuition paid for by MGM. The Clark County School District is proud and grateful for the support of our businesses and industries.
Good morning, I'm Deanna Jaskowski and proudly serve as the Region 3 Superintendent. As you can see, this team is well deserved of the recognitions and national accolades. Roger D. Gehring Academy of Math and Technology was honored by the U.S. Department of Education as a National Blue Ribbon School, the only school in the state of Nevada to receive this distinction. In addition, in the last 2 years, 3 schools have chosen as the National ESEA Distinguished Schools. This year, Blue Diamond Elementary School was honored with this distinction. As we have laid the groundwork to continue to build on these successes, I am so honored to share that in the fall of 2025, we will be opening South Career and Technical Academy, which will provide students with opportunities to engage in high-skill, high-demand pathways.
Good morning. I am Esperanza Salas. I am a family and community engagement outreach specialist. I am honored to serve the families of the Clark County School District alongside the Family Engagement Department. Family engagement is a cornerstone of building strong communities and empowering families to actively support their child's academic success. This past year, families in the Clark County School District participated in almost 42,000 learning hours, with nearly 16,000 families registering to attend weekend opportunities representing 310 schools. Additionally, our family engagement locations welcomed over 33,000 visits, demonstrating the powerful role these spaces play in connecting families to vital resources and each other. Together, we are creating a foundation for lasting achievement and growth.
We have built a strong foundation for the Clark County School District. We are making progress. We are headed in the right direction because of the hardworking people working together with kindness and compassion. The Clark County School District is our school district. We all have a vested interest in the success of our students. We together need to work as one community for our children. So we're gonna get started. All right? When you leave here today, you will get a cue card that has all of the positive things, the celebrations that are happening in the Clark County School District. You will have it at your fingertip. So we are preparing you for your next dinner party, your next lunch, your next coffee date. So when someone says, yeah, the Clark County School District, you can say, yes, the Clark County School District. Do you know that they have a 96% classroom fill rate? Did you know that they have over 1,900 school buses and serve 42.3 million meals a year? And do you know that in grades 3 through 8 mathematics, every student group has improved? So we're going to prepare you to share all the positive, amazing things about the Clark County School District because it is our school district together with an amazing team. Thank you.